What's up, everyone, and welcome to the final round, front nine here at the 2022 Waco Annual Charity Open, presented by Prodigy Disc. This is the second stop of the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and you're watching it here on Gatekeeper Media. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is Hayden Riccard.
Yes, we are finally here to the final round. I'm excited. We got more sunshine, but a little bit more wind than yesterday.
Yeah, definitely not as much as we had in round one, thankfully. But yeah, warmer temperatures, but that 15 to 20 mile per hour consistent wind is pretty much the same as we had direction-wise. But let's check in with our card. Here we got Matt Bell, Bradley Williams, Isaac Robinson, and Joel Freeman. Talk us through the leaderboard here, Hayden.
Yeah, Paul. Paul's up there. Luke, Chris. I like seeing Chris up there. Kale. Even Kale's up there.
Yeah, and those three have kind of pulled away a little bit. Paul Macbeth shooting a great round. But let's get into the bag checks here. Matt Bell, we're going to be sponsored by ThoughtSpace Athletics and EV7 putters. Able to throw a pretty mixed bag. Going to be leaning on some old molds he's had in the past. Halo Destroyer, some Hurricanes, but some ThoughtSpace discs. The Animus, Pathfinder, and be putting with the Penrose from EV7. Talk us through Bradley Williams.
Yep, Bradley Williams. He's putting with the Fireflies. His mid-ranges, his Mako 3, Gator, Rocks, and he's been throwing a lot of the T-Birds and the Race and Halo Race.
Yeah, he had those Mako 3s locked in.
Yes, he did. And we go into Isaac Robinson. He's throwing the PA3s for his putters. A lot of mid-ranges you see in there and a lot of approaches as well. And he's got about the fairways. He's got the FX2, and he also has the new F3.
This is his signature F3s, I believe.
Yes, it is. I believe so as well.
As we get into Joel Freeman's bag, going to be leaning a lot on his signature disc, the Gator 3, backhand, forehand, anytime he has an approach, throwing that disc. Also going to be leaning on Destroyers and throws a lot of Firebirds. He has a great forehand, definitely going to come into play here on this course. As we get into hole one, par 3, 291 feet. In previous rounds, the wind was so much that you were having to go up the middle. The over the top shot was non-existent. We got mixed conditions today, so we'll see how our players are going to attack. But if you go beyond the wall or past the path there, you're going to be out of bounds. Excited to watch Matt Bell here. Mixed bag, some discs maybe a lot of people don't know super well in the ThoughtSpace. And then, the Penrose and the EV7 putters working for a lot of players. So looking forward to seeing the past putting world champion, hit some huge ones today.
And Bradley. Matt will be going over the top. That's a little almost OB.
It's going to be a downhill putt.
I think it's tough today with that wind, like you said. It's pushing those discs that are going over the top more left.
Mm-hmm.
And I love watching Bradley Williams throw. He's so smooth.
Yeah, such a true Frisbee player. The lines that he takes are a little bit more direct. He does have it in his game to go over the top and do things like that, but just overall, very just clean, direct player. Throws so just smooth lines. It's so fun to watch. Going to be taking this up the middle gap. That needs to fade.
It gets lucky off of the border there.
50-50 grind over the top and sticks the landing right next to the basket. And Isaac Robinson, Hayden and I, not very far away from where we're from here in the Georgia area. Young kid that used to beat us when he was, 12, 13.
It's been fun watching him grow up.
Gosh. Yeah. And now definitely a up-and-coming player.
Parks hole one.
Wow. And rounding out your 3:34 p.m. tee time from Loveland, Colorado, Joel Freeman.
And Joel Freeman, no strawberry shirt today, but does have the ombre shorts on. The dark blue to the light white, looking just clean as ever.
Did you see him why is the wind picking up now?
Yeah, just letting it.
But this is it.
Soaking it in. You can expect that here in Waco. Every round is different. Good for competition, maybe not great for the competitors. Over the top here. Getting a forward roll. That's a great shot to start off the round. Our first look here at Matt. Just a little low. That left to right really just pushing down that disc.
See if Bradley can card the birdie. And a high kick out left. Wow.
Yeah, just the angle he hit the top chains on, and that wind just lifting the disc the whole way up, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, just the way in which the wind is really going to be moving the discs once they hit the basket. It's tough today. But Joel making good. And with these conditions and just this course in general, I mean, all of our players here are definitely still in contention for a podium finish.
And this was, I mean, this hole was not that actually birdied that much. It was 30%. It was 34 players.
Out of our 118 player count. So definitely a shorter starting hole, but has some teeth and just the nerves can get going and when the wind is up. They played pretty difficult this weekend. I do think having the wall up on the backside instead of just the line changed those scores and definitely let a lot more birdies happen.
Agreed. I think it helped. So we go into hole 2, 631 feet, par 4. It's going to be a different one with the wind today. As the drone approaches the area where you want to land for your approach, a lot of players will go with the big hyzer or the flip-up hyzer and then just approach with a putter or an approach disc. This is another one that the green, if you do approach it and it's off of that water, that the putts can get kind of scary.
And Isaac taking the wider line. Huge shot.
Really good.
Getting caught up by that last tree, though. Maybe I have to force to a step out or something, but got far enough down there where it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Oh, get back.
Coming back.
I don't think so. Dang. You can see that left to right wind once that got up. I mean, that's...
And that disc is probably gone forever.
Oh, 100%. It's never coming back unless someone's in a kayak.
That was the middle of the river.
Unless someone's in a kayak trying to catch them as they come in, but that guy would be working upstream the whole time, so I doubt it. Full hyzer here from Matt. This needs to come back as well.
This one is OB as well. Maybe the wind shifted a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't too much time in between those two shots. You think
now
maybe...
As Bradley tees off, that's definitely in his mind of like, hey, do I play for a safer shot now?
I think he goes up the middle here or takes an overstable disc. I was surprised to see Matt make the same mistake. Yep, and we're taking a more direct approach. Ooh. Smacked around by the wind, but is going to be in a phenomenal spot, able to skip up all the way. And Matt, after going out of bounds, these are long shots left here with some difficulty. He can get this over, and it comes back here. Wow.
I don't think that's an issue.
Putting him just outside circle 1. That was about a 400-plus foot hyzer flip to turn. That was a phenomenal shot, and Bradley actually did get caught up, saying it was a phenomenal drive, but
and then he gets caught up again off the last branch.
And you can see this headwind is ripping at them on these approaches, so you really need to put these putts close.
Maybe too much stability there?
Yeah, definitely maybe overestimating how much is going to happen, and that's definitely going to be a layup from there. He's edge of circle 2.
And Joel having to go with the forehand.
Yeah, thankfully he got pretty far down there where he was able to get marked after the out-of-bounds drive.
What a great recovery.
Yeah, and this hole, due to the wind today, was playing so much more difficult in the past. I think at round 1, it was one of the easiest holes in the course. And then a day like today, we're looking at 6th most difficult, a quarter of our field over par. Just these conditions changing back and forth, back and forth. I believe it was a tailwind the entire time in round 1. so players really able to attack. But today,
That was almost a half bid. Wow. From
that was a
Isaac.
full bid. Isaac hitting the cage from probably 70 feet.
I don't think that was his intention at all, though.
Just lifted up perfectly for him, and thankfully it did hit the basket. Matt Bell, mid-circle 2. Just not getting the fade he was expecting there. And after that fortunate drive and missed putt, Matt's going to be carding the bogey. And the rest of our card here able to save the par.
Yeah, that was a great save from Joel.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that quiet distance, backhand and forehand, but especially forehand. I remember watching him at United States Championships in person. It was the last time I've seen him play. And, man, he was just absolutely smashing 400-plus foot forehands just unexpectedly. But now the thing to expect as we move into hole 3, maybe he'll continue it here. Par 3, 320 feet. One of the usually easier holes in the course. But, again, with this wind today, you're going to try to hit that hillside and skip up. But if you show the bottom side of that disc, you're going to be skipping really far, and a raised basket makes these drives difficult.
Isaac.
Or putt, sorry.
Isaac going for the big skip, just a little bit short of his line, but going to be outside circle 1.
Here's that forehand as we expected from Joel.
This
The
looks
wind
really
today,
good.
yeah, with the wind today, I like this play.
Weird skip.
That wind coming off the river, that was very odd reaction. Thankfully, it didn't get stuck behind the tree, though.
Bradley going for the up the straight gap. If this can miss this last tree, ooh, that's a great shot though.
You can hear and see these flags ripping. So much wind on another hole that was playing quite easy in previous rounds, but
I mean, you said 15-mile-an-hour headwinds.
yeah, consistent, and then gusts. Oh
And
my goodness!
This has picked up. He's still safe, but
It's pretty rare you see a player
Wow.
go over there unless you take a brutal kick. So that's mean wind.
it's a good recovery.
Isaac just, yep,
Not
realizing,
gonna mess with it. It's not worth.
realizing if he would have walked up maybe about 6 to 10 seconds earlier, set his putter down, and going would have been able to run it. But
And even Joel giving just like, if you raise up, you raise up, but I'm not messing around today.
yeah, knowing the risk is there. Bradley from a similar distance.
Yep, it just got pushed.
Yeah, and this wind just keeps switching. I feel like if it's a headwind, hey, you know, I need to put it this high or this low to let it lift or to let it drop, and just tailwind the same. But when you're out in the open, until we get into these next couple holes, it's just raised basket is truly the hardest part of your round today. Even from that distance, thankfully Joel does save the par.
And this was the 9th most difficult hole.
Yeah, so right in the middle there, but I mean, definitely more players just getting the par.
Yeah, 64% of the field. That is 75 players.
Yeah, all of our card getting the par here on 3.
Champion, Katrina World champion, James
So we go into hole 4, 441 feet, par 4. Really want to make this gap past this tree here to set yourself up for a good approach to the green. This one's playing pretty difficult as well as we move into the woods here.
Yeah, and that second shot really duplicating, but flipping it over to be a forehand, maybe a backhand. If you don't get all the way around the corner, it's very difficult to approach this green, but getting past this big tree is going to be what these players are really aiming to do. This might be a bit inside for Isaac.
I don't know where he kicked, maybe left. But kicking left or right into the woods is not a place you want to be.
Yeah, especially if you don't make the corner here. It's a lot of work left. Inside as well.
He might, yeah, you see he dropped back down there. But he might be too far behind that tree to have a look.
Yeah, maybe
at the next corner.
Step out, but a forehand even then, with his power and touch, it's difficult just the way that shapes up. Bradley to correct, and he does.
This looks good. Oh, getting somewhere. That looked really good off the tee. I couldn't see that angle, but I guess not.
Yeah, clipping something once he made the corner. Let's see if Matt can be the first one really to put himself in position.
And he is. Ooh.
Really big skip that almost filtered to out of bounds across the path there. I've never seen someone skip up that high. Not enough flex there to get back around the corner.
It was a little late flex.
So Joel is able to pretty much attack here, but gonna need to fade quick and not push too long.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh man, but gets a even worse roll too. Kind of maybe cutting him off to have to go forehand again. Bradley with an incredibly technical shot, putting himself to circle's edge to go backhand there inside that last tree. Finally getting to Matt here.
Yeah, Matt.
Good skip.
Yeah,
Scramble percentage 100 from Matt Bell there, putting it in the circle from a knee in the woods.
No. Yes. Oh, good enough.
so much emotion, but does find himself in the circle with a look to save par.
It's like, no, yes, no.
Good enough. Made it. Isaac just laying up after the unfortunate approach there.
Bradley's in a position to make the birdie here. And he does.
Woo! That is incredible. Towards the river. Let's rewind this back. More of a spin putt. Oh, gets the nose perfectly. That's a terrifying putt to run with the wind coming off the river, but puts it home. What a birdie here on 4 for Williams.
Good birdie putt from Matt Bell. He was just waiting for the wind to die down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, patience on the putting green, so important today. Two just scramble shots, able to put himself there, but had to put a lot of work in to save that par. Gets it done here. This will be a tap in par as well for Isaac. Kind of a slow start from our card. You know, our players kind of finding themselves right around par, a little bit under. But here on the final day, I mean, conditions are tougher, but got to get it going early. So we get into hole 5, par 3, 264 feet uphill. These 2 trees on the left to avoid. Most common play is going to be that turnover, kind of straight mid-range, maybe just straight into the hill. You also can see some forehands, but just controlling that skip on that left to right movement does drop off really quick. And these guardian trees do their job well to get up onto the top.
This is one of the easiest holes on this course. And that shows you there why. That was parked.
Matt looking to match.
Just scoot up on there. Yes.
Perfect. Getting a look here at Matt Bell's form. Pretty unique reach back here. He goes more of a low and not too long of a reach back. Just gets it right into that power pocket and kind of snaps himself through. Not as much like extreme reach back or big steps. Very compact player. This putter out of the hand here, Hayden?
I believe so. So PA3.
Just on the left side though. Got a fortunate kick. Nice controlled.
Ultra's trying to get it up there and match the other 2. And he does.
And you really got to look at how uphill this hole is from Isaac's approach. He's still out. Good confident putt there, but the rest of our card tap-ins.
Has he changed up just a little bit? He's a little bit quicker with his releases. And I know he used to take a little bit more time, but it could just be a little bit different. That's comfy for him now.
Yeah, I mean, it's working. He's jumping here on the card, but
yes,
definitely needing to get to go. Get some birdies happening. Just easy work here on 5 for 3 of our players getting the birdie. Again, coming in as one of the easiest holes in the course. Over half the field able to pick up the birdie today. We're halfway through the front 9.
You've seen them in the hands of professionals, helping them compete at the highest level. Whale Sacks is a female-owned small business, handmade in the USA. We are dedicated to outstanding grip for all disc golfers.
As we jump into hole 6, 267 feet, par 3, one of the easiest holes on this course today. You're going to see the backhand with a putter, slow into the green, or the forehand. Just got to watch the skip.
And we're seeing a common theme here. Once we're into these woods, these holes get easier. Able to shield from the wind, but still technical. And the word technical just synonymous with the name Bradley Williams. That is a great backhand drive.
Beauty. Nice, man. Thank you.
That was a lot of turn.
It's absolutely perfect. I mean, when you have Bradley Williams show you the way, it's pretty easy to follow, but Joel going to mix it up here. Standstill forehand. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that skip all the way down there. Just going to be on the edge of circle 1.
Hopefully that tree not in too much way. Isaac reaching for this really beat-in putter here. Got caught up. You heard it hit a couple branches, and yeah, he's definitely going to be pushed out left. Wow. Needs to sit down. Oh, and that's just the worst roll possible he could have. Definitely going to be stretching out to save, but here's Joel for birdie.
Knew it right out of the hand. Just a little low.
Yeah, and Isaac does have a look here, but definitely just needs to keep this one on angle the whole time.
And even Bradley going low.
Yeah, something weird happened here on this green, Hayden. I mean, I would say Matt Bell's putting this in, but weird things going on so far, but he does make good.
There's some odd putting going on there.
Yeah, you saw maybe Bradley stepping up, just not feeling it. A little bit more, practicing the stroke, getting in the zone.
anger.
Gonna be the bogey for Robinson and pars, but Matt Bell, 3 in a row, heating up here. We were saying you got to get it going early. We're in the woods. The conditions are nice and peaceful here as we move into one of the easiest holes of the entire tournament. Going to be playing just getting through this gap. Maybe even the forehand. I was just struggling here to ways to attack it, ways to make some fireworks happen. The forehand is the way to do it.
You think with the wind, maybe the forehand is a little bit less of the play?
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it just depends on once you get out. But with how easy it is to just go and do this right here, straight mid-range fade.
I take that any day.
Yeah, and I mean, you see that. I mean, a huge majority of the field able to birdie this.
I think in the coming years, maybe they reduce this to a par 3.
No, I don't think there's any way. It is a true 2-shot
True.
hole, but if they were to make the tee pad go backwards or maybe put the basket around to the left and
make it further.
Yeah, some kind of just small change that would make these approaches. I think the drive is solid. Maybe an OB line on the left, but Joel is going to be going for this. He makes the Mando singular, but man,
that's going to be a tough scramble from there.
Yeah, pitch up to the edge and then be able to attack. So par definitely able to be saved, but man.
And Isaac with a good skip out to the mouth.
And Joel actually having the walking path here on the left. This flips up.
That's going to be deep in there. But he got a lot of distance, so maybe he'll have a gap down there.
Yeah, respect to go for it here as Isaac's going to the backhand. Turnover.
Great shot. That air bounce helped him.
Oh, a little bit more air bounce, and that's going in for the eagle. Really great shot there from Bradley. Gonna tap in birdie there for Bell, and that'll be 4 in a row for him.
It's okay, he's got some kind of gap over the top. This is as best as you can do from there.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Carter in the birdie. That's 4 in a row.
And Matt kind of giving Joel a run for his money when we, best dressed. But Thought Space has some absolutely sick shirts, and Matt Bell rocking the Galaxy today, looking so fresh. I would assume Joel definitely has some kind of Galaxy shirt in
I'm sure.
in the band. So he makes good for par. And that's why this whole play's so easy. I mean, you can be a little bit off, but if you just get through that gap and they're able to approach it.
Yeah, Isaac was short. Right. He was out of the gap, but he was still able to card the birdie.
Yeah, just tap ins. 3 of our players here as we move into hole 8, Hayden.
213 feet par 3, another easy hole here. Would probably see a lot of the players just go with a putter to mid-range and just slow it up and try to match the grade of the green.
Yeah, speed control really your only thing once you make the gap. If you go far right or even long, putting gets really difficult, but backhand just throwing it really into the ground.
And that was an early kick, but we're still able to move forward down the fairway. Almost sneaking through was Bradley. May have a look on the backside there, but that's going to be tough.
Yeah, Isaac finally able to connect there. Absolutely parked here on 8. Let's take a look at Isaac's form. Very compact, really quick motion. Gets that. I love the little unique things in our game. That last step is he kind of snaps the disc out forwards, gets his hip set, and then comes through. But yeah, really snappy, just quick form there from Isaac, but making it work here on 8.
And Joel going with the standstill. We'll have a putt from there for his birdie.
Yeah, I love watching Joel go to standstills off the tee, really locking in the control, and almost bank shot off the tee, or off the tree there for Matt. Where's Bradley even at?
He's off to the right. Just a little bit. I mean, he had the right height. Just a hard angle there. Good putt from Joel for his birdie.
And Isaac just to tap in from here. And Isaac correcting after they got the bogey on 6, but 2 in a row, getting some momentum halfway through the round here. Definitely the time to do it. You're running out of some scoring holes as we're staying in the woods, but once you hit, that middle stretch on the back 9, it gets really, really difficult with these conditions and wind today.
Yeah, I fully expect this couple holes out in the open are going to play really hard.
Yep, as we move into one of the hardest holes here, hole 9, par 4, 519 feet. Very technical shot from the drive here. You want to land. Ideally, you want to get to this bowl, but tough task sometimes. Scrambling definitely going to be necessary, and they're going to have a straight shot if you get into that perfect position. Going to be working left to right, uphill, and just a lot of gaps, a lot of speed control, and really making it even more difficult is how hard packed this ground is.
Yeah, a lot of the players are going to go to a fairway to mid-range to reach this gap, and Isaac getting a brutal kick left. See how far he'll be in there.
Fast speed disc too. I mean, he's kicking so far there. Joel maybe wanting a little bit more turn on that.
He's going to be stuck on the edge there. Just a little inside.
And we are in the woods, but we're starting to get towards that spot where the wind is able to fight through. You saw that right to left kind of come in and not let that disc turn at all for Matt.
And a great shot from Bradley Williams all the way down in the bowl.
Isaac having to go to the forehand roller. A little too much roll as that kind of curls up there onto the left side. I'll have a straight look at it, but going to be pretty obstructed.
Stand up.
He just went standstill backhand roller
Yes, he did.
through a gap, weird footing. What a shot from Bell, putting him in the middle of the fairway.
Look at this angle that Joel has to go at.
Yeah, that's a yoga pose there and able to. Oh,
That would have made the green if it wasn't for that last tree.
really good.
Brush
approach
holds
there.
him up, so
Yeah.
he's going to have a putt from there.
And Isaac.
Where is Isaac?
Yeah, you saw that off the tee, really big kick, but somehow made this hole open. Not
I
getting
have
on the outside.
no idea.
Stays in bounds.
I didn't even
thankfully.
know there was a bridge there.
Nope.
Go in.
Just go in. Oh, hitting the flag.
Wow.
Jeez. Joel hitting the bottom there. Tap in, and Isaac's still a little bit off the fairway, but
And he makes the par putt.
what a save from Isaac Robinson. Rewind this back.
What a putt.
The amount of torque right from the chest there to snap into that putt.
That's going to make you feel good.
Off the fairway, nearly on another hole, over the top to incredible finishing save there for Isaac. And just low there for Bradley. Wow, what a putt.
Good par putt from Matt Bell.
Yeah, and just 19 out of our over 100 players able to card a birdie here on 9. So one of the harder holes in the course, but that wraps it up here for the front 9 final round. Joel Freeman, Matt Bell, and Bradley Williams all at 14 under par. Isaac just a little bit off and just one back from them. But let's check in with our leaderboard.
Yep. Through 9 will be Paul Macbeth at 6 under.
And we got to mention Aaron Gossage, 7 down.
Yes, he is.
On the front 9, really making a charge, a player that jumped into the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships at the end of the season.
He did.
with a bang, but definitely an up and comer. And man, this back 9 is going to be tough once we get out of this the woods here. The wind really playing difficult.
Going to want to play safe, but also card your birdies when you can.
Yeah, and safe I think is a really good way to put it. If you can get pars on those last couple holes, maybe
You're
that
setting yourself up good.
14 through 18, 16 being an easier one, but if you can find par, you're going to be moving up the leaderboard with ease.
Yes, you are.
And my name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me has been Hayden Riccard. Be sure to like and subscribe here at Gatekeeper Media, and we'll see you for the final 9 holes here in Waco.